All right, so I'm doing art. The lesson I have for the students is going to be a self-portrait with personality. It's going to be for a drawing and painting 2 class. Typically, it's going to be 10th to 12th grade. My audience is kind of like high school students who have taken art 1. Diversity of typical Southern California, a wide variety of ethnicities. It's going to be about 2 weeks. Lots of independent time there. And I'll be teaching in an art classroom. But we'll just quickly go into the actual lesson. So I start off with some icebreakers. While it is at the end of the year, just getting a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more personal, that little bit of vulnerability that's a little sometimes hard with high school students. So they're going to do 2 truths and a lie. They're going to write it, talk amongst their group, ask for somebody to share if they want. If not, that's okay. We'll move right into the next one. We talk about what makes personality, the qualities of it, and amongst their table groups, they're gonna again write it down. It could be color, food, interest, groups they belong to, sports they play, whatever it is. It could be a simple personality expression, but write it down, talk it with them amongst their group, and then ask for volunteers to share. Then I'm going to go a little bit more into what a portrait is, give nice examples, art history about portraits throughout time, which eventually we will go into how selfies evolved into modern day. Then for technology, besides PowerPoint that this will be presenting to the classroom, is use Mentimeter. The students are going to take out their phones, tap on the square, which when that happens, it will take them to, it will take them basically to here every time that they answer, and words will pop up, kind of like a word cloud with most of the other apps. We have a couple questions there that happens and examples. And so it's kind of like a nice way of getting the students involved instead of just sitting back, not paying attention. By having them on their phones, using it for classwork, kind of has them more attention, more involved. And I can see who is participating too, of how many answers pop up, which is kind of nice. So then we move over into describing what the project is about. They're going to need to eventually go through certain steps, but the end result is going to be a portrait that incorporates some type of personality. It could be in their movement, expression, in the background, it could be objects, whatever it may be, but there's got to be something about themselves incorporated in it besides the photo of them. It could be done in a certain way also. So then I go over, show some student examples with the students. This one has like a lot. This is just a few angles, lighting, more examples. And then we start right into the actual lesson. So kind of a fun way is they still have their phones out. They could start taking selfies, help take photos of each other, different poses, expressions, movements. And basically while doing all that, they're going to compose 3 simple thumbnails, or basically quick sketches that incorporate kind of a stick figure. They can go kind of expression, how they're going to design it and compose it. So how everything is going to be laid out, the design aspect of it. Oh, and once they do this, I'm going to basically do kind of like a formative assessment and just kind of check off that they're doing that initially and write it down as for my record also. Then the next day, we're going to review elements of art, principles of design. This is going to help them incorporate into their project because they're going to need to incorporate at least a couple of these. I'm also going to do a demonstration of facial proportions. So this is also where the technology comes in. Overhead camera. It's going to project onto a white screen. And as I'm doing the demo, the students are going to do it along with me in their sketchbooks. Keep them focused and involved. I can also record it and upload it to the Google Classroom. And that way they have another example of it. Along with the demo, I'm going to hand out handouts. I incorporated a video I could show, or they can see it on their own time also, depending on time. The handout would include basically photos, kind of like the measurements of where it shows, or your eyes are halfway between in the middle of your head, and then you have a third, and then a third underneath it also. So that would be also additional resources. I included more videos, so that way they have different ways of seeing how to do it. Sometimes it helps with other students if they have a certain video, maybe it clicks with them. I kind of got a little bit of variety, so that way they can have it. Checkpoints is basically, like I said, I'm going to check the thumbnails, we check the rough draft, and then every time I check it, I write it down, initial it, and then when they get to the final, they get to have the large piece of paper. They have an artist statement evaluating their work, kind of get that critical thinking, analyzing and evaluating their work. So they're basically going to talk about what they liked, what influenced it, their process working with the materials, how they expressed it in their personality, and then they're going to take a photo of it, and along with their statement on a Google Doc, upload it to Google Classroom. This is a really great way for to keep track of their art digitally, and it will help them later if they do pursue art. They have a photo or a digital copy of their art, because artwork gets lost, ruined, stolen, destroyed. It happens. But if they have a photo of it, a nice clean photo, they can keep that and make it a digital portfolio. And that's actually how portfolios are starting to become, as I had to do for this program. Then standards, objectives, and then I included a rubric of what, like, the summative assessment I'm going to basically base on them. And they're graded on 6 different things, between excellent and a needs improvement. I did make accessible. I included my videos have captions for most of them. If I have any students who are hard of hearing or deaf, I do plan on printing out the PowerPoint so that way they can take notes. If they have an interpreter, that's great. If not, I know sometimes you can wear the mics that help with those who are hard of hearing. The captions help with they're able to read it. I planned lots of time for the project. 2 weeks, if it needs to be extended to 2.5. But I talked to many art teachers, and that's one of the biggest things they do for the IEPs is they just give all students extra time. They incorporate probably like at least a couple days to a week additional padded time, so that way you don't have to remember who is and who isn't. If there are a couple students who need a little bit more, I could accommodate with that, but I plan for plenty of time because it is a creative task, it is a very tangible task, and they have to draw and take their time on it. And let's see. Yeah, since they are drawing and painting 2 students, and they are towards the end of the year, they have learned all their skills of elements of design, elements of art and principles of design, so they're going to be able to apply that to their project. This isn't a super beginner course, so they're building on top of that critical thinking skills of how to incorporate all of those together and figure out how to create a project. And what's really nice is also that digital citizenship besides the portfolio is, what is it? Portfolio, but oh, the poll. The poll is a kind of neat way to engage them in learning also, as kind of the digital citizenship. Okay.